Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Hope you're having a great evening. I just thought I would pop in here because we are about to start our new program, Chakra Awakening and Goddess Activations. And I absolutely wanted to make sure that you guys were all in knowing that we have a super early bird pricing, and that was just $99 a month. But what this whole thing is about, because I don't want to confuse anybody and I want to be super clear, is that this is a incredible program that is for, goddess lovers, the divine feminine, poets. Lisa and I are so excited to be coming together in this really special way. She was actually in our book, Poems from the Heart, and she's an amazing poet, but she's also an incredible chakra activator. And so I'm a goddess activator, and we just teamed up and vibed, and we were like, hey, we need to bring chakra awakenings and goddess activations and poetry and women together and come together in this sacred way, because it really feels like, people, not just people, but women too, we're really needing like a place to land, like a place to kind of drop in and connect and express ourselves. And so we decided to just create this beautiful container that would be through 7 months together. And I love the number 7. It's very spiritual number. It's about spirituality. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about. We're really going to be dropping into our divine feminine and allowing ourselves to go a bit deeper. Sometimes we need that permission. And I notice, especially for women, we tend to desire connection. Like we want to know that we're not alone on this journey, and that there are other women who are in support of us, right? Because we know there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and it's so important to have like a tribal feeling where you come together and really anchor in like the energies of each and every month, anchoring in a different unique goddess every month. So we'll work with a goddess archetype. And I'm particularly excited about that because that is my specialty. That is my passion. I love goddess archetypes, but also I love archetypes in general, because I really think, as part of understanding the human psychology and human nature, archetypes are very powerful in helping us understand ourselves better. And I think, they say, like, humans, we're the only ones who use stories and storytelling, poetry, to kind of understand who we are. And so this is a beautiful culmination of coming together with a few different modalities. What I think is cool for me personally, I'm excited about dropping in to each chakra every month and really sitting in that chakra. And Lisa's going to come in and she's going to start to help work us through it, help us understand it better, help us clear it out, help us activate it. And we know, like, if your chakras are blocked, it is very challenging to move forward. So this is very big because a lot of times we like have clear chakras and then blocked, and then when it's blocked, you can't move forward. And so we're not just like rushing it. We want to take our time and go like very deep. And so we gave ourselves the luxury of 7 months because we knew that these things take time. So we'll work on one chakra and like very much get to know that chakra. What does that chakra mean? What is it about? How is it helping us to grow, to ascend? Where could we be blocked? Like what's going on in there, and how can we release it? Because we're all about action, like feeling it, understanding it, and then like moving that energy so that we can actually renew ourselves, rebirth ourselves. And that's very much what the theme of these past few years have been about for me. And I know for all of you, many of us have been going through these cycles of kind of like these mini deaths and rebirths, and we can die to certain parts of ourselves as we say goodbye to aspects that no longer serve us. And it is like actually both a very it's very exciting experience because you're clearing the space for something new, but there's also that aspect of it being unnerving where you're like, oh gosh, like what what am I without that aspect, right? So that's why we're really taking our time and cultivating in this group. It's going to be a bit different than our other programs because this is like a hybrid of like the poetry stuff that we do, the author incubators, and it's also a hybrid of our of like Goddess Code Academy and energy healing. And we're just bringing these two pieces together that really wanted to come together and to help us align to our divine energies, and especially like the archetypes of like Shakti and Pele and like Magdalena, and start to awaken those chakras within us so that we can actually start to unlock these potentialities that exist. But a lot of times we have so many dormant parts within ourselves. And I say me because I know I've been unlocking many parts and I still find that there's so many parts that want to awaken. And we can't rush these things. It's an unfolding and there's a beauty in the process of it. And I don't feel like I've really like explain this in the full capacity of what it really means on a very deep, personal level, spiritual level. And I'm actually so excited because I've been working really hard, like in Rada Publishing House, and it's been more of like that masculine energy. And so I am actually so excited to drop into this juicy divine feminine energy that is part of me, a very important part of me, and allow this to come back up into me. I love the goddess activations and archetypes. And so really remembering that energy and working with it, we're all going to be doing it. And as I said before in my other videos, we're not coming into this being like, we're the leader of you, we're leading you back to you because you have so much magic inside of you. You have so much potentiality inside of you. We are just pretty much experts at leading you back to you. And that's exactly where you belong. Um, in these kinds of groups, we don't try to create like hierarchies. We try to create a space where we can all come together and just be like sisters and friends and be really honest and authentic with each other and share like what's coming up in our lives because that is needed. And so the beautiful thing is that I get to bring in this little piece of the devotional poetry, which I'm actually extremely excited about because devotional poetry, it might go even a bit deeper. We have like so many layers to ourself, and we have the top layer where we're just like, this is what's going on. And then once we step in a little bit deeper, into our sanctuary of ourselves, we have devotional stuff going on there. So we get to access that, we get the keys to that. And then we're going to start to really work into the devotional poetry because there's so much devotion um, within us, especially feminine. Like we're devoted to so many things in our lives: people, children, animals, our passion, our work. Devotion is part of who we are. You don't have to have religious connotations to have devotion. So we're going to start to activate that energy and that brilliance and that remembering. That's a key word I want to say is like the remembering. We're all kind of starting to remember, like remembering. And it's not a very glamorous process, as you probably know. The remembering often comes with a lot of, you know, shall we say, like obstacles, opposing energies, it's kind of like that spiritual battle. And so we get to drop in and receive, and that's something I've been wanting to, is like I want to like drop in more. I've kind of been in this go go go, and I kind of want to drop in with all the other women and start to being in the receiving mode, which is our natural setting, because we are assigned so many roles, and also we assign ourselves so many roles. Sometimes we are stuck in like the giving, 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 giving. And so it's very important to step into that receiving. So we're all going to be practicing stepping and opening up to receive more, especially like in our hearts. And I'm really excited because she's a brilliant woman and extremely powerful in her own ways. And so she's going to be leading her own new moon and full moon ceremonies, and she's going to engage in all the lunar activities. And so that will be it's just going to be included into all of it, and those will be like live, so you can come on and talk and we can go back and forth, and it's going to be an open conversation. But I think that's brilliant because sometimes we're like, what's going on in the cosmos? Because it feels really weird. But luckily, Lisa knows all about that. She's an expert in astrology and the ley lines. And so this brings such a juicy element to this. But yeah, so I just wanted to tap in and check in with you guys. I really haven't done like a live, like on a weekend night, so this is all new and exciting. I'm trying to just like step out more and more because I just want to hang out more and be more of who I am and get to know you more of who you are. And sometimes that's challenging, especially through things like social media and stuff, because we don't always get to have the full expression of who we are. So anyhow, I wanted to absolutely let you know that we have this incredible special that we're doing. So we really know that people are going through like so many shifts and changes right now, and things could be very challenging. So we wanted to keep the price really affordable. So we just decided, hey, let's just do a super early bird of $99 a month, and that will end on the 15th. So I definitely want to invite you to join us. All you have to do is put like $99 down and come in and join us. And then you will be able to have that price for the whole time. But there's no pressure. This is something that we really felt a strong call to do in our hearts. It was more of like something we felt ignited about, but we also felt the women that were meant to come in, and we knew that there are other women that wanted this as much as we do. So I'm really excited about calling in these divine women and sitting in these circles together as sisters. And I just want to bring this to your attention because this is accessible. We're going to be having art and poetry, spirituality, community, and getting in touch back with who we are here. This whole world is going to continue to go crazy and do what it needs to do to express itself, to burn out its karma. um you know it's doing its thing out there, and it's sometimes what looks like the end is sometimes the beginning. But in those kind of times which we are in, it is really nice to have a crew, to have sisters, and also to be productive in the sense where we're saying, hey, we're devoting time to our art and to our spirituality and to our connectedness back to ourself, back to Mother Gaia. And that is, I think that's so important right now. I mean, don't you? Like, I feel it in my heart that I feel a call for deeper connection, and not the kind of connection where like, hey, how are you? Great. How are you? Good, good. I want something deeper. And I think we all do. I think many of us do. Um, at least that's how I feel. And I feel that there are other women out there that feel the same way, that, we are problem solvers as women. We do all of this on our own. And sometimes it's nice to have a place to land where you can get feedback, and that's nice. It's really it's valuable. It's worth more than gold to have that kind of connection and to be able to go back and forth. So the other thing about this is that during our time together, we're not going to be pushing, but we are going to organically be creating beautiful divine feminine poetry, devotional poetry for the goddess within here, the goddess in the world, the goddess within our ancestors. So this is part of the natural organic process of what we're creating. And so, Rada Publishing House will be curating a book, of goddess poetry, like voices of the goddess, like an anthology. So that will be like an optional thing if you want to move forward with that. And the coolest part of it all, which will make you feel so good, is that whatever you pay in joining this course, that will be credited towards whatever publishing package you choose. So we kind of wanted to pay it forward and make it a no-brainer for you to join us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One more thing. So I'm really excited too, because I think the first time that we meet, which is going to be this month, and let me look on the calendar because I think it's the 22nd. We will be doing a drawing once we know all the women that are joining. It's the 22nd. So we are going to do a drawing, and one woman will win $1,000. And so $1,000 in publishing bucks, which is valuable because we know like publishing and PR, all that stuff is very expensive. So you can use that towards being in the anthology. If you want to get, be part of the PR, if you need some PR, we can help you with that. If you want to share, do your book and you want to be in the Sovereign Author Program where you get all the rights and distribution to your book, but we help put it all together, you can use it towards that. So whatever you want, we're happy to help you. So one woman will be receiving that the very first day. And so that's really, really exciting. Anyhow, we can't wait to have you join us in this magical journey back to ourselves. Because when we have a full cup, we know we overflow and we can give more to others. And that's a key component for women, is that we definitely need community, but also constructive community, meaning like we are not in community that rips people down, that is trying to hurt others, that is trying to gossip and slander. Like, we don't do that. We are actually getting into our high vibration, and that's how we create. We lift ourselves up, and with each other, we don't see each other as competition. We know that we are all in this together. And so it's a different kind of mindset. It's not the kind of mindset where you just hang out and gossip, and that doesn't get you anywhere. You ever noticed that when people gossip and they just talk smack, they feel really good about themselves, but then they don't actually create anything. And so we want to be about creating, because as women, we're natural creatrixes. And so we want to tap into that energy. We have this certain amount of energy within us. We can use it to push out and hurt others, or we can use it to pull it in and to actually elevate ourselves to get to the next level within us. And it's an inside kind of game. You're not playing it outside, at least how I look at it. I'm never playing outside with anybody else. I always know the game that I'm playing is in here. It's right in here. And so there's never going to be competition, because when you understand that super clearly, that you're not competing with anybody in this lifetime, that everyone has their own gifts and talents and skills and abilities, and we can honor all of that. There's not competition, and therefore we know that any growth that we want is going to be deep inside of us, in our heart, mind, body, and soul, and in our womb. So that's kind of the direction we're going. And we also know that that's actually how we create more in the world. And women are a bit different than men, so we don't push out so much. We are actually, when we pull in and start to alchemize within, that's our superpower. So you got to know, you got to know how, and that you're capable of it. And so we're going to be sharing all of that, but this is going to be a very loving, nurturing, and nourishing experience. And I keep hearing it's for the soul, for our souls, so that we can rise together and create something beautiful, something part of a beautiful legacy in this world. If you choose to join the poetry book, these are very special projects, in that they're not fast food projects. They take time and energy, they take devotion, and it takes love to create these beautiful projects. So I just wanted to say hello on a Friday night and let you know what's happening, and that you can be part of this. So sending all my love, and I hope you will go ahead and join us. Just want to remind you, the early bird ends on the 15th, so you can still join. Can't wait to see you there. Have a great and beautiful, beautiful evening. Bye.